You have Peter Alexander questioning her on these student loan debt forgiveness plan that the Supreme Court's hearing, because even her messaging on that was confusing the other day, where she was like, well, there's a plan A. And he's going, well, if plan A doesn't actually get approved by the Supreme Court, what's your plan B? Because you're making this claim as if you have everybody's back. You're saying, hey, we have your back. And so he says, well, if it doesn't go through, what's your plan B? She goes, well, our plan B is our plan A. Our plan B is that we're going to have their back, that this is going to get pushed through. And he goes, well, that doesn't make sense, because if it doesn't get pushed through, your message is going to screw over a lot of people because they're banking on having their student loans forgiven. So what's really your plan B? And she goes, well, we don't have a plan B. So it was clear, but then the messaging flip-flop once again after the press briefing. So now we're back in the room, deal with the same thing we were yesterday, because nobody understands what the hell is going on here from this administration. But remember, she's always clear, you guys. As she says, I want to be clear on this. She's never clear.
And I apologize. Thanks for letting me follow up. The president, yesterday from the podium, you said that there was no other plan. The president was focused on the plan that exists as it relates to student loan forgiveness. Right now, before the Supreme Court, the president told us on the lawn yesterday, we're confident we're on the right side of the law, but not confident about the outcome of the decision yet. So, because the president himself said that he is not confident of the outcome of the decision, what is the White House doing, or why is the White House not preparing a plan B to help those who have student loans know what they need to do to prepare themselves if it's rejected by the court?
Because we're confident in our legal authority.
He just said he's not confident in the outcome, though, so it doesn't matter if you're confident in your authority.
But of course, who would know how the Supreme Court is going to go? No one knows how the Supreme Court is going to rule.
Good sense, because it's a 6-3 conservative lean right now.
But it doesn't mean that we can't be confident in the merit, in our standing, and we are. We're
so
confident.
We're gonna have faith because of the. I didn't mean to interrupt, but you're going to have faith that your argument is the one that the law supports, even if you don't think they will support it and not make an alternative plan.
What I'm saying is, and that the president does not know how the Supreme Court will rule. That's of course. We never know in any case how the Supreme Court is going to rule. What we are saying is,
I would like to point out that when you don't know something's going to happen, that's why you have multiple plans. You have a plan A, a plan B, a plan C. If plan A goes south because you don't know what's going to happen, you usually have a plan B. And just to be safe, if plan A and plan B go south because you don't know what's going to happen, you have plan C. It's not rocket science, but this is the administration acts like it is.
that the Solicitor General did an amazing job, we believe, in really defending the program that the president has put forth. So and he laid, but you see why let me finish. No, let me finish. This is why I was saying earlier, because you tend, yeah, there you go. What the SG made very clear yesterday, and we believe this, and actually spoke to the president about this morning, is that our opponents don't have the standing or the merits on their argument. That is because she put forth such a forceful argument for the president's plan.
I guess I'm asking because we're hearing from those who have student loans right now who are wondering if this is rejected, they have to make a plan B. So simply put, what is the message to those Americans who have loans right now? Because whether or not the White House thinks it's going to get through the court, it may not. What should they be doing actively right now, or what can they anticipate from you on their behalf?
So here's what they can anticipate from us on our behalf. And many of those millions of borrowers received an email from the Secretary of Education yesterday, basically stating that we have their backs. So we are going to continue.
That's the plan B. We have your backs. Oh, goody. Boy, is that detailed, huh? Rest assured, we're going to get you your money. Oh, my God. As we said yesterday, it's still hilarious to me that people are willing to put their faith into this guy. Folks, this is so asinine, it's ridiculous. What's your plan B, Karine? What is it? Well, we have faith this is going to get pushed through, even though the president doesn't. And our plan B is, well, we got your back. Oh, goody, goody. Be rest assured that Joe Biden got you, folks. He's going to take good care of you.
To fight
for 2 months, right? You would extend it for 2 months.
We're going to, well, there's two parts to that, right? We're going to extend it for 2 months. depending on the decision, right? That'll be 2 months after the decision, or January 30th, right? So that is what we've put up. I'm so sorry, June 30th, you're correct. But our message is, to your other question that you asked, is that we're going to have their backs. We are going to continue to have their backs, as the president has had the backs of Americans, whether you're in a red state, blue state, rural America, urban America. We will have your backs and continue to make sure that we fight for you so that you are not left behind. And that is what this plan is about.
Indulging me. Good boy, sorry.
You've been in.
I mean, folks, and we're not even done yet. The message is so nuts. It is so crazy and it's so bad. So this would prompt another reporter to follow up on Pete Alexander's question on this whole thing about Plan B. Let's hear what this reporter has to say.
On student loan forgiveness, you mentioned to Peter that your message to borrowers right now would be that you have their back. But if you're one of 40 million Americans whose now financial fate is up in the air, essentially, don't they deserve to know if having their back means that there's an actual backup plan in the works? Or if it's simply that you feel that the way that you've gone about this now is your best shot at this, do they deserve to know that too?
What I can tell you is, yes, we have their backs. That's why the secretary, on the same day of the arguments, made sure that we sent out an email to millions of borrowers to let them know that. We will have their backs, and the president will continue to do so. We are, again, confident in our legal authority, as the president said yesterday, as I said yesterday as well, as I'm saying to all of you, in our legal, in our legal argument here. We think the SG, she did a fantastic job defending the president's program, the president's plan. And so, again, we're going to see how this plays out. We're certainly not going to get ahead of the Supreme Court and what they decide. But again, we feel that they do not have, the other side do not have the merit to really a merit to stand forth with their argument. They truly don't. And so we're going to continue to make a forceful defense for the president's program. It is unfortunate that folks on the other side, you have elected officials who do not want to protect or give a little bit of a breathing room to those 40 million Americans that will get that. Let's not.
You're damn right. Nope. Don't want to. I didn't take on that risk. I didn't take on that responsibility. They did. They're the ones that signed the line. They negotiated that. They chose what they wanted. Okay? I didn't choose for them. Some people didn't go to college or university, didn't take out loans. They're blue-collar workers. Okay, there's even white-collar workers that never went to college, but yet somehow they still have to pay for somebody else's tuition. But you're right, Karine. No, we don't want to do that. You're absolutely clear on that part. Everything else you haven't been.
Forget 90% of folks that's going to be able to participate in the president's plan are making less than $75,000.
It sounds like Plan B is Plan A, right? And so I guess to just be really practical about it, do borrowers need to be making other plans?
That is not for me to speak to. What I can tell you what we're going to do. What we're going to do is we're going to continue to defend the president's plan. We believe we have the legal authority to be successful here. The Solicitor General proved that, showed that yesterday. That's what we believe. And our plan is a good plan. It's a very good plan that's going to give relief, again, to working families, to middle-class Americans. And so that's what we're going to continue to fight for.
And not to be...
It shouldn't be a shock that, we're $30 trillion in debt. It shouldn't be a shock when you have people going, well, hey, what's kind of the plan gonna be? What's Plan B? Like, what should you tell Americans if they don't get that debt relief? Like, what should they do? Well, that's not up to me to decide. It's like, oh, that's great advice. It's just great advice. Maybe have a Plan B. Maybe don't bank on the federal government to give you that debt relief. Maybe worry about yourself and don't allow other people to make certain policies on your behalf because you think something may go a certain direction or may not go a certain direction. How about you get maybe a second job, or you don't take out the debt in the first place, or if you do sign that you're responsible for it, not somebody else. I mean, there's so many ways you could talk about this. It is head spinning. But the one way she's talking about of, well, let's just put all our eggs in one basket here of we're right, they're wrong. It's going to be pushed through. We don't even need a Plan B. Who even talks about different plans? Why would you even ever need anything like that? But we have your back, you guys. See, if it doesn't go through, somehow we're still going to have your back. Somehow we're going to take care of you. So I don't know what the heck's going on with that. I hope you enjoyed that clip from the Bald Brad Show. If you did, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all our future content.